Hi there! Welcome back to the channel. So, I had a bit of a hell night last night. This happens to me a lot, and I've been thinking about it, and I think it's like some kind of neurotic thing, you know, like some kind of OC obsessive thing. And I think the guitar building actually helps me with it, even though it creates the worst atmosphere for the condition. And what I'm referring to is like this obsessive thing where I don't let things dry enough. I jump into things too fast. I try to do things I'm not capable of or that I don't have the tools for. So the shellacking was going great. Everything was fine. But then I remembered, you know what? I have not drilled the hole that goes to the output jack so you can run your input wire and your output wire and your ground wire, and then also the ground wire that runs to the back of the guitar where the turn claw sits. That one's easy to drill. But the other one, because of the way the guitar is routed with the single coils, there's a lot of wood there. And I bought a long enough bit, but I still messed it up. And the reason is because the Limba wood is super dense. Super dense. Like, I was able to drill through this with no issue. This mahogany, and it's probably newer wood. I think it's Cuban mahogany, and this came with my kit. Like, all of the drill, I didn't do much drilling, you know, it's just like pickups and things like that. But the point, and the pick guard, but the point of it is that the drilling was very simple because the wood was very soft. This, on the other hand, is like hard rock maple. This Limba is. It is heavy, hard, dense wood. It is going to be an incredible guitar. But here's what went wrong. I got a long bit, but I was starting to mark up, you know, it would be covered by the pick guard, so that's no big deal. But I actually drilled through the freaking bottom of the guitar just by a tiny bit, and I was able to repair it, and more on that. But it was just the realization that I don't have proper tools for drilling, especially hard woods like that. You really need a proper drill press and technical know-how and skill and time with the machines. Like, so I would have to have these machines and with some scrap wood and hopefully an instructor of some kind or some YouTube videos, and I would want to practice this, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm eventually going to build my own bodies, but right now I am relegated to working on electronics, staining and or shellacking or oil finishes, setting things up. I can put parts on, I can align things, I can set up trims. I've learned how to do get a trim to stay in tune with the adjustments back here and all that, and I can also install all parts if the holes are already drilled on this guitar. I'm not going to do any more drilling after I saw what happened. So I was really upset, right? Because there's nowhere to go. I went out in my town and I even tried to buy like a cheaper Dremel. It was like a lower grade. And the thing literally broke in my hands because my original goal was to do a little bit of the routing with the pickups so that the pick guard would drop into place. And that thing literally broke in my hands. And so I was like, you know what? Cheap tools, garbage drills, you know, not having the proper tools, not having the know-how, just trying to, you know, this is the stupidest. And so I was really frustrated because I realized that the things I can do, I can do, but the things I can't do yet are going to stop me. You know, and I had no one to help me in town because the people that would usually help me, like our drummer Ryan, he's got his own label and makes records and has like a bunch of his own bands, but he plays drums for me live as a favor. And then the same thing with Aaron, who's also in Ryan's band. They're in a band called Useless Against. They play together, and Aaron can do stuff too. Both those guys would have helped me. Mark, who plays guitar, you know, he's been my friend for like 30 years or whatever. He would help me too, but I can't see these people. I can't go to their, you know, we can't interact the way we ordinarily would. That would risk their family and my family. They all, some of them have children and families, and I have children and families. So I don't know anybody in this town who would help me as far as wood stuff goes. So I was like at the ultimate height of depression, and I was in a complete state of like giving up state. I do that a lot. I'll get completely committed to something and then just want to quit like right away. And this is all neuroticisms and obsessive compulsive behavior that I have to work through, and I think guitar building is going to help me do it because it teaches you patience, and it teaches you that the problems that you have always have a solution, right? So in desperation, I reached back out to Toby. Okay, Toby is the guy that I bought this from on eBay. And right away, like he offered me a discount when I put it in my when I put it on the watch list. I thought that was really cool. You know, I think that's a smart thing for sellers to do, because you put a certain price up there, but you've got a little space, and when people show interest, you know, and they do that on Reverb, and I've actually made several purchases when people offer me discounts because I put it in the cart or I've been watching it. So I think it's a good move, good strategic move. So he does that. I thought that was smart. Then secondly, as soon as I started contacting him and asking him my usual stupid questions, which, let's face it, these questions are stupid to these people because they've heard them 1,000 times. But, you know, he reacted in a very positive, nice way, and like immediately made me feel good and not judged and not like a total noob, you know, which I am, but I don't care. I'm gonna keep trying. I don't care. Call me a noob. I don't care. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna get better at this, and people like Toby are gonna be part of that process. So I reach out to Toby and I say, Toby, you know, I'm really upset. I feel like I don't have the tools. I don't have the know-how. I keep trying these projects and I keep getting stuck. And I feel like an idiot. And this used to happen to me with amp building. I would build an amp and get like all the way to the end, and then it wouldn't work, and I'd have to take it to someone. And it's literally because my personality, I want to do things. I want to do great things. The reason I want to build this guitar is because I wanted to inspire me to write the rest of my album. I got 5 songs to write. And I want the sound to inspire me, to make me create magic. And I can't do it unless I feel that inspiration. And I can't always do it with the guitars I have. I have to make something new so that something comes out of it. I don't even know how to describe it, but I want to control my tone. I want to make my own guitars. I want to be in control of my sound. I want to know why things sound the way they sound, and I want to have chosen those things, if that makes sense. So that's my motivation, but my skill level is not there yet. And I think that one of my issues, my personality issues, is trying to rush and not always wanting to learn every step, you know, wanting to jump 3 or 4 steps ahead just to get to the end result. That's not how it's done. So anyway, I reached out to Toby and I said, Toby, I'm going to give up, man. I'm going to just send this back to you because you're such a nice guy, and this thing is so beautiful, and you did such a beautiful job with it. I'm going to just send it back to you. That's where we had gotten that fast. And this is after I had reached out to a couple of other builders. One builder in particular on eBay. I asked him just a couple basic questions about his bodies, and he literally told me that I could find that out with a Google and basically F off, you know. And I was, and at first I was like pretty offended, but then I thought, you know what? These guys probably get so many stupid questions from people like me every day, you know, one after another, and they're usually probably the same questions. So I can understand the annoyance factor. I can understand that people hit you, and you're trying to, for starters, these guys are selling these really cheap. And now that I know how much work is involved in all this stuff, woodworking, it's a labor of love that has very little monetary compensation. You know, these guys are working their asses off and not making much money for this stuff, selling these bodies, you know, $100, $200. It's not much money for how much work. And in this case, Black Limba wood, one of the greatest tone woods ever made. And I can assure you, since I've had it on my hands, I know that to be true. And I could tell he built that thing with love. And if you go and look at his bodies, they're all built like that. Those are the kind of people I want to associate with. So I call Toby and I say, man, I'm just at a wit's end here. I'm so frustrated. And I'm going to return everything. I'm giving up. I'm giving up on my project. And he's like, don't do that. Anything wood related can be fixed. Any problem can be solved. This is a lesson for life, man, you know? And this guy's willing to do it. A guy on eBay I don't even know. I've never met him. And he's going to fix it for me for a nominal fee. That's pretty awesome. He's going to do all the drilling. He's going to drill the 2 holes I talked about, the input jack and the ground wire. He's going to drill my pickguard into place. He's going to open up the routing a little bit, give me some room to drop whatever I want to drop in there. He'll probably fix that back hole, which is not, I already kind of fixed it, and it kind of just fits right in. You remember the pattern of the back. I'll show you in a second. It's no big thing. And I tend to be a perfectionist, but I also tend to play the hell out of my guitars and not super duper worry about them. It's a weird dichotomy. Like once I love a guitar and I play it, I let it age. I'm not going to be, you know, worked up about it, but I wanted to start with it looking good. And this piece of wood is so amazing. I felt like such a heel, such a screw up for, you know, messing it up. So I contacted him, and he's like, just send it back to me, man. Send me all the parts, and I'm gonna drill it for you. I'm gonna do those drill holes for you. And it just astounded me, and it makes me realize that those are the kind of people I want to interact with. That's the kind of person I want to be. I want to build a community with people that love music and guitars, and we all help each other. We're not competing with each other. We're not trying to one-up each other or impress one another. I mean, that's why I got off of social media. I just felt so much of that energy. It's like everybody's trying so hard. Not because they're trying to do anything against anyone else. They're trying to put their thing out there, but it's so frustrating. You know, it's not a natural way for us to interact. And so to be able to contact a builder, a guy who's already putting love into this wood, and have him help me like that, it makes me very emotional. So let me show you. And I'm going to use my nice BYO guitar box to ship it back. So this is a really nice box with added padding and everything. So I got my body in here all wrapped up, and I'm not going to do any more work on it. I don't really want to touch it with my bare hands. I'll use this little thing here. Just because I got the shellac. You know what? He's going to have to touch it with his bare hands. So, and the finish is not done, but it's starting to look good. I mean, it's starting to get a nice little shine to it, you know. And he's going to do his thing. I buffed off the last coat. And you'll see in the videos, I do the coat, I buffed off the last coat, and oh man, the hole actually looks cool. Today, when I'm not so upset, it just looks like this one, you know, and that's going to happen as I play the guitar. But once it has the shellac over it, and I might have him, he'll know what to do. Actually, it feels really good today. So what I did is I took some of the bits and pieces from the little accident, I just put them in there. I just dropped them in where it looked really nice. I got kind of created like a yin and yang pattern, and then I just went over it with the I just kind of globbed on some shellac, buffed that off, globbed on a little bit more, and you can see the area needs to be steel wooled to get it perfectly smooth. But look, that hole is, I mean, I was acting so crazy last night, so upset about it, and it's literally nothing. So he's going to open up these routes a little, screw my 6 screws here for the vintage trim. Oh, see, here's the disaster of the drilling the this here. So it went down and out the hole here. Brilliant. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up the body. Oh, and before I do, just take a look at this freaking neck, man. The neck is off the chain. Now, I got Warmoth neck. I'll end up buying a Warmoth neck. This has nothing to do with being anti-Warmoth, because those are freaking beautiful. But I decided at the last minute I wanted to be Fender. And when I saw these necks on eBay, $2.99, I got it for $2.79 through Gear Tree. They offered me a little discount, a nice discount when I put it in my cart. 22 frets. And I love the Pau de Ferro. I know that people aren't as crazy about the look of it, but I like it because it's a little brighter than rosewood, and the Carina is known to sound like mahogany, and I don't want to get too dark and woolly. You know, I want it to sound like a Strat. I just could not pass up this. And now that I've messed with this Limba, I'm telling you, it's unreal. It's so dense and hard, and I think that's where the tone comes from. And in here we have this beautiful freaking neck, and I love the roasted maple, and I absolutely adore the Pau de Ferro. I don't understand why anybody would not want this. And just like, I know people are used to just the way things look and rosewood and all that, but I mean, that is fantastic. And it matches a busy kind of exotic guitar like this, you know. So here we go, and it fits so well. Nice tight fit into the neck pocket. Matches beautifully. Looks fan. I mean, it's just going to be a stunner. Absolute stunner. Pickguard will be black. I'm just going to get a standard. I just bought a standard pickguard from the Stratosphere because I wasn't quite sure. I don't know enough about pickups on Strats to know which ones I love yet. So I just got some standard Alnicos. And I got the little Eric Clapton mod boost thing. I'll do a little video on that. And that's going to be cool because it's like a push-pull deal where you can go to 500. You can go from 250K to 500K. I might eventually end up putting a ceramic pickup into that bridge, because I like the ones that come with the Squire Infinities. They're actually amazing little pickups. They put two magnets on the sides of they put the two bar magnets on the sides of the pole pieces, much like a P90. So you get some of that kind of open, like, growl and grit, and more output. And that might connect well to the Eric Clapton TBX thing. So anyway, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful neck. I love how they lacquered gloss style the headstock, and then you've got the satin finish on the neck. So that's that. That's the real thing. So anyway, what I'm going to do is, Toby told me to send all the parts. I'm going to send the neck so that he can drill these holes here. That I'm just so terrified of drilling these 4 holes. After I saw how hard this wood is, no, not me. I'm not good enough. I'm not even, not that I'm not good enough, I'm incapable. And then the other thing, I'm even terrified of drilling this pickguard. No way. Toby knows how to do this. Toby's going to do it. He's going to do it right. Same thing here with the 6 screws. What else? What other little nightmares are? Mainly this neck. And because he's doing it, it'll be aligned properly. That's the other nightmare. I can just picture not doing that correctly, and for the rest of my life I'm just a little screwy. You know, I spend my entire life being a little screwy. Okay, so this thing is gorgeous. I love it so much. I'm sending it off to Toby Russell. Man, what can I say? I just really appreciate it, man. I owe you one. Thank you. Great musician, great person, great guitar builder. And I want everyone to go buy his stuff, because then he can make more. He sent me this incredible looking Telecaster, not the one that's up there. It's like has like some kind of laminate top. I forgot the wood, but it looks like the down at the bottom, it looks like a lion's face. It's unreal. I mean, it's incredible. So he's good. He stands by his stuff. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should start hitting up Toby and say, "Hey, Toby, will you build my guitar?" I've messed it all up. I don't want to say that he's just waiting for nuts like me to bug him. But I just want everyone to know what a great guy he is, what a great builder he is, and what an amazing human he is to help me out like this without even knowing me. So I've got his back big time, and I'm going to figure out a way to make it up to him besides the nominal fee. And I'm telling you, it's a nominal fee. So, man, thank you, Toby. Thank you very much. All right, peace, love, friends.